their first game of the, the league allowed that was fatigued. The next game, Furia, they've had their struggles. I feel like they need a legit win.
Here we go, folks. Kicking it off on split. NRG attacking. RGL with a couple shoulder peeks here as NRG inch their way into that B main. No presence in mid just yet. Here's the guiding light. No ping off that.
Just going for a quick bit of pressure, and meanwhile, Demon 1 is watching that mid-walk push if it were to come in from MiBR, but they are content right now, just waiting things out, things slowing down here in the mid-round.
Demon 1 holding this angle, though. FRC is about to mess around and find out, but it's Demon 1 that comes off second best. He doesn't know that they've snuck the raise up to his right. JZZ in a position to capitalize on this. And back through the poison orb up mid he goes. Spike's been left outside of B main here, but here comes the hit. Marked, explodes. RTL's Meister's Cranium goes haywire. We do have NRG embedded here on the B site. Very quickly into heaven come MiBR.
A flash out. Wow, they're going for this quite quickly, actually.
Paranoia on JZZ as he dropped down. Victor's able to find a second. Mazin and Arzin, last two left, and they are a long way from the action. Time for a post plant.
2 versus 4 right now. Arzin, you can see the caution on that rotate, expecting that there might be a late lurk, a re-lurk from NRG coming in towards mid, but that's not going to be the case. This retake, though, nearly impossible to crack. 2 on 4.
Straight into drop. Arzin goes, Marved aware. Here's the big iron ring out across this B site. He's going to step up. Arzin finds one. Marved down. Crashies opts not to try and swing that in instead. Takes another big hit and is forced back behind the pillar. Time, though, getting short. Artisan on the wrap here. High-low setup, but he's going to break it apart. Okay, Ethan's able to hold on to the 1 versus 1, but Mazin gets there. And already some energy for MiBR.
I mean, that should just not be winnable. That was a 4v5. I don't know what happened to RGL, but there was clearly some issue on site. He went down for absolutely no reason at all.
They had the high-low.
2 versus 4 recovery. I mean, that's what you're looking for from Arzin. This guy, he's had some moments, but he hasn't had the moment yet for his career this year. But what a great start here on the jet, on split. This double duelist look. Seen as well in tow. Another guy that, frankly, Mitch, I'm really looking at as a guy that needs to step up. Last week, some pretty poor gameplay from him. He's definitely a better caliber play. The game now on the second round, refreshing your memory. MiBR won a 2 versus 4, running into NRG double stack backside B and won it out, which is absolutely mad. And now big advantage here on the anti-eco, looking to take that early lead against tough opponent in NRG.
RGL can do little more than shoulder peek here in the B-man, but he has backup. Artisan here hoping to find a gap through this smoke and even a bit of spray. For RTL is yielding a kill. This is beautiful. Artisan posted up on top of that kiosk. Finds yet another one and Crashies sheepishly gets out.
1 orb for their trouble at the very least, but right now, it's MiBR sweeping things up with ease. That top little position there, finding a nice angle behind the smoke in B main, and MiBR looking to start things off quite nicely here. Just the last 2 players to clean up, which they will more than likely do with ease, and they can come into this next bonus round, possibly saving 5 guns. And from there, who knows? An opportunity to spiral things out of control for NRG early.
And this is the team that wants to get a rifle in Artisan's hand as early as possible, even at the cost of one of their own weapons. Demon 1 headbutts one of the bullets from JZZ as he heads into Ramen, and this will be curtains for Crashies soon enough. Flawless. Met by RGL Meister, and that'll be the round. Now, need I remind folks, NRG found themselves in a similar position before running 13-0 rounds against Furia.
That is a very good point. But something tells me we're not going to see that today. Don't want to curse anything here, but something tells me MiBR, they'll at least get 1 round. But right now, on this bonus, bringing 5 weapons over, they have a Vandal on Arzin, a guy who can be their star player, a guy that we're looking to be the star of this team right now. Perhaps he can be the difference maker, the catalyst for a big round win.
This time it's Demon 1 over towards the A site, some mid presence here. That's going to provoke the blooming of the poison orb. And FRC will happily play behind this. It's a double stack here towards B main. It's going to be a flash out from MiBR. Some defensive action here from the Brazilian squad. It's going to be punished instantly. Marved, always good for one there. He's far from done.
What a great angle taken from Marv. Just posted up, ready for the retreat off that orb. Really heads up. Frankly, despite the trouble this team has had, I think Marv has stepped up so much so far in stage 1. In kickoff, he was a bit quiet for the team, but right now, frankly, I think he's been the star.
Team One thinks about it. There's a whole welcoming party at A main for him. And instead opts to rejoin now with that one pick over at B main. NRG want to assemble for maybe ending the round over here.
And MiBR, they have opted to entirely give up that site. They are just prepped for a potential A play. They wanted to stack over there, but that is not going to come to fruition. They are going to be in a retake situation here. Not exactly with a util to make one happen too easily if they do end up going for it. Which of course they should, right? I mean, they are on the bonus. Send it. Do some damage at the very least.
They know RTL Meisters back there in heaven. Dog got all the way up mid through Mail into B heaven. So NRG have plenty of information there to work on. A triple setup here. You'll notice that Marv is still checking that B main, although that does not seem to be the destination here for MiBR.
Marv going to have that sight line on the spike as well, going to be pivotal.
Any moment now, MiBR. Into the breach they will plunge. Artisan's already dropped down now. Smoke going to be thrown just behind the pillar, nading to the back left side, but Ethan already has struck. 3 up here for MiBR, and they're going to try and go for it. Through the smoke, the spray is going to be good, and RTL Meister with 2 in the Spectre. Unfortunately, that's all they're going to be having here. A reasonable bonus for MiBR, if not a win. We'll take that. All the guns from NRG stripped away.
Oh, they'll take that all day long. They just bided their time. You know, they set up that little Gravwell nade that didn't actually bury through for them. They threw it into the backside, spilled in off that. They will take that all day long. Significant damage done here from MiBR. And nicely done just playing together there. Swinging through the smoke. I mean, just some random spam from RGL. Love to see that.
Yeah, there's a sense that they would really not playing for even a win in the round there. More than happy to trade their Spectres into economic damage.
I know the full economy of NRG is going to end up riding on this round because of it.
Oh, Artisan off the rip, he found Marv. And honestly, Marv wasn't positioned that far forward. Ouch.
That is the gun that you want in Artisan's hand. I think that his opping kind of diffs his rifling, and when the economy is online for them to get it, crucial.
Here comes Victor, double satchel at the back of the sights, able to trade it from the high. Here's JCC. Demon One, though, reluctant to push any further past. FRZ has made its way through the smoke, and there's a spike going loose. That's 2 for FRZ, Matzin chimes in. MiBR. Tough nuts to crack so far on defense.
Great flash around the pillar from Mazin so far. He's playing well, and that's exactly what I want to see from this guy. I think he is the one who needs to step it up the most from MiBR compared to the previous weeks. And so far, he's done a nice job. Just those small little things making a big difference. Like that Artsine off. And that is the benefit of winning the pistol round early. Getting that op online on defense, a weapon that in his hands can absolutely change the outcome of a game here. NRG relegated to that full eco.
They'll be thinking twice about contacting extremities individually. Is Artisan? Could have been a freebie there, but Victor baits it. Gravwell used, but NRG have eyes elsewhere on the map.
Artisan's just going to lock down B main so the rest of the team can gather up elsewhere. Or stack towards mid, and you can see over on the far right of the map, he's just jiggle peeking towards A.
And no one's ropes here. NRG pushed up very close behind this poison orb. This is about to get a little bit hectic. It's going to be refreshed there by the snake bite, but Demon One was the one standing after the smoke dissipated and gets picked up. Sound like a herd of wild elephants here, NRG making their way through sewers. Over to A, and already Marv's gotten deep.
TB up top. So much great util for the retake here, though, for MiBR. Mazin can pop those Seekers, and he does just that. Gun advantage as well. This should be easy for MiBR.
Okay, they know about screens. They know Marv is up there now. The Seeker's getting a little bit further. Heaven control for the defenders now. Here's that showstopper from Victor. It's good for 1. Matzin down. Artisan has been so patient on this particular angle. Here comes the retake, though, all across the side. They're all headed towards screens by the look of things. Bladestorm, no connection there for Artisan. A little bit awkward, but he's going to have some backup coming through screens in just a moment. Victor and Marv, though, unravel it. Just 2 left. FRZ on the side, but eventually gets accosted. NRG, no business winning that.
Absolutely not. That got so scrappy. Artzin is going to be head and hands after that. They knew the two players were screens, but I don't think they put enough emphasis on just pinching into those guys. Such free kills stuck there. Positions known, classics. I mean, credit to Victor there. The people who've been demanding his return to Raze will be happy after that round. Vindicated for sure.
8-4. Victor right now leading the raid for NRG. Demon one with an op to hand now as well. This will be checked. Just the cheeky shoulder from Artizin, then back, but Marv there again punished on that B-long. Another two-player push out there.
And punishing Marv is crucial to beating NRG on this map. And without that Sentinel, they're going to have weary eyes watching every little area of the map they could be, or rather he could be pushing into. So aggressive with those attack side lurks.
Ethan TP'd into elbow. Smoke screens and Heaven. The setup is there. They're just waiting, of course, for Crashies to get there. But FRZ's heard all of this. Demon 1 has to have his wits about him here. This could get extremely ugly. FRZ swings, misses the first few shots, but Demon 1 eventually is forced out. Showstopper here for JZZ. Has to know that Victor there is in hell. The Seekers now will be an issue when you're holding that showstopper. That has to be employed for nothing. The timing's good for Victor. And the Satchel to cover him for just a moment.
Satchel out.
Snakebite. A lot of YouTube being thrown at his feet here. That guiding light lets him know Victor's still goblining in this corner. Mazin eventually able to check that. Numbers advantage here for MiBR. Heaven control though, far from secured. Mazin pushing through hell, absolutely smashed by that paranoia, and NRG string a couple together.
A good recovery, things getting scary. I like that dog that Mazin sent out in Heaven. It was a nice little distraction for the flank onto Demon 1. You had to deal with that dog with the op, get the shot there. That was a good way to get things in a scary situation for NRG.
He's won.
I mean, that is ridiculous. Just walks through it. Martha never expecting that. Some good little micro plays from MiBR on that round. But unfortunately, the op, not the best weapon for the retake there. You could even see how much it slowed them down. But here we go, NRG looking for a fast play into A, it seems.
Guiding light straight up towards ramp, sees nothing. Victor hot on its heels. Will of course draw out the Viper wall. NRG now are setting up in a big way, making it pretty clear they would like to end on this site.
Absolutely, when that wall goes down, Artzin going to have an angle, re-smoked again, but it's going to be tough to get a shot with a double dash coming through.
He's able to get out at the very least. Demon 1's been able to push up a long way. Manzine drops down off rafters here. Spots Victor, but it's going to be traded. Demon 1 is nestled here inside elbow. So it'll be the post plant now. I feel like much hinges on Marv here in his very far out position.
Spike planted.
That late backstab from him going to come through main. And a big fight in screens here as well. Maybe the case, no. MiBR slowing things down, gonna rotate back through Heaven. Crucial here for Marv to find a timing.
Huge! The wall came out up at just the right time. Marv had that one at his fingertips. And that's a huge couple. Knows there's a bit of attention here towards the top of ramps, but JZZ doesn't fancy it. In fact, MiBR have to pull the plug. Marv has unraveled them.
This has been so revitalized so far this stage. Shades of when he stood up and screamed, "I'm the best."
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
I mean, he is so back in form. Another game where he is just looking like the guy for NRG. What a timing, playing around that wall nicely.
I hate to say it.
So impressive at the moment.
Artizin spent that whole round getting owned by smokes. There's no other way of putting it. He's in screens, gets two smokes thrown in front of him. Marved brings his wall up at just the right time to secure two. MiBR here fancying a bit of a touch.
Right now, Demon 1 is considering holding that tight angle on A, perhaps, while over on the B side. Ethan set up with a paranoia here. MiBR have been so active on that area in the map. They're just hoping to bait them in, lay a little trap for them. But MiBR, they're not going to bite. Playing a bit more reserved, one forward position, which is JZZ, hero rifle for them. Pushed up on A and might have an opportunity to be just that hero if he wins this duel.
Even one absolutely smashed and crashes, not an opportunity to swing. Now off the flash though, it's good, it's traded. It's time for the dog. Straight up ramp here. We'll see nada. And how do you play off this now?
And off that dog, you can see the rotation being pulled for MiBR. Mazine has made his way over towards A and actually sent out a flash towards ramp that didn't get a ping. So perhaps a bit of false information as the NRG squad have opted to rotate all the way off B main through spawn. Working now into this A hit where Marved has the Viper's Pit for the post-plant. Pivotal piece of utility late in the round.
MiBR have an anchor player though. RGL is absolutely entrenched here on the A side.
30 seconds left.
Clear screens here, and there it is. RGL reveals himself. Conditioned NRG. We're not to expect him to be here. He's able to find a quick couple. Only 2 left for NRG. They're running out of steam. Mazine now here. Will be reinforcing from elbow.
enemy
No,
remaining.
Ethan's able to find it. FRZ's a problem from Rafters, and Ethan all on his own has to find a way out of this. It's just too much. And MiBR, after a hasty timeout, are back.
I mean, so well done from RGL Meister. One of the guys on the squad that sometimes we're looking at, like, is he the one who's going to step up? You know, they kind of trade places every week. One guy goes
30
a
seconds
little
left.
bit crazy, plays a little bit better than the rest of the pack. But it's not often that we have a game with MiBR where one guy is just lighting the world on fire. It's certainly more of a team effort of things coming together. But if we can see moments like that from the anchoring Astra, so crucial.
4 attacking rounds.
That op is going to be posted up in B
Get out of
main.
my way.
See how Marv deals with it. Fast play up mid here from NRG.
They catch a glimpse of the player there towards heaven, but Artesine is good for it again. Marv taken down in B main. NRG have mid control. And they're not done. They're going to move into ropes here, but JTZ waiting for it now. Demon 1 have the knives. Okay, they get out of that one relatively unscathed, even able to heal Demon 1 up. Now looking to transition out of this mid hold. Victor, though, sees him walking with Crosshair. It's just too easy. No, Artesine does not want to step up on this at all. Victor's spidey sense is tingling. Fire it off, baby! There it is! Artesine blown to smithereens.
And once again, the Victor Rays fans vindicated Mitch. I mean, he is
Absolutely bat-chesting.
He is having a mad game right
There.
now. And on some of these rounds, frankly, you are just going to see the difference in the player quality. I mean, these guys, the firepower on NRG, there's a reason there was so much talk heading into this year of this is the super team. They get Ethan and Demon 1, the championship winners from last year, the core of NRG that have been at the top forever. Super team material. And at the end of the day, even if these guys are making mistakes, it's not their best game as far as the team play, you still have to beat them in gun duels, and that is a tough ask.
Firepower, that's the term you used. There's been a big discussion about MiBR. Maybe we thought Artesine would be the star to step into that role. He's been solid, but not that player.
Quick flash up the ramp for Victor. I mean, that is just a standard open we saw all of last year with this comp that we are going to continue to see when NRG are running it here on this attack side.
Did they see FRZ here? Yes. Victor has spotted that out now to put pressure on him. He's going to force the Viper to walk away. No more shenanigans there, just at the opening of A main. Demon 1's pushed up here. We've got multiple players, both duelists here looking to fight for some ramp control. It's about to get ugly. Artesine swings across. JCZ in deep trouble. Demon 1 have the off angle, but Mazine's good for 2. Victor there couldn't quite believe what was going on. But now they have the 3v1 locally. And into heaven is RGL Meister rotating.
Just a classic backside to anchor. That's certainly not going to be enough. RGL tries to find a timing off of FRZ's fight. But NRG, too good. Watching all of the angles properly. Well executed round. Things got hairy for a little bit off that wall. Spam being traded back and forth, but of course they came away with the favorable trades, with the favorable weapons. Frankly, as expected in a situation just like that. 6 rounds, split attack. Certainly nothing to scoff at. I don't know what Artesine's been doing with his money, but somehow he has just got enough to buy an op every single damn round. This guy's rich. How does he have so many ops?
Just don't play gacha games. It's that easy. Victor here, satchel across. Looks like NRG really valuing that ramp's pressure here, but most of the action is over towards B in terms of numbers.
And they are going to walk into this op from Artesine again. He's gotten a couple first kills with it and has a great opportunity to do so again. Certainly not another Demon 1 first death. No, he's going to get it on Tamar to be able to dash out. They just need to retreat and play for this 5-on-4 retake now. They have the Seekers and an Astra Wall to do it.
Pretty illuminating this Seekers. Decent amount of info for MiBR, but it's going to take more than that for them to be back on this site. Victor hears all of this from the Rays. He knows JCC's going to be there. Man, he's having a good game. Now pressure in towards Mail. Artazine, though, this time the Blade Storm strikes true. He's got 2 for the round. Looking to pressure down. Doesn't see Demon 1 inside the Cloudburst, and Crashies is going to be a problem here. 2 up for NRG. It's Crashies versus 2. In the post plant. Time is short, but MiBR can play with this. Oh my goodness! Gonna have to get up early in the morning to get the better of Crashies like that.
He's just too good. He's been doing it with this team for 4 years at this point. Those are the situations that he lives for. When you see him in a spot like that, I mean, how do you doubt him at all? But again, so much credit to Victor. Look at this guy, 18 and 8 right now. What did he get there? I mean, it might have only been 1 kill on the flank, but the distraction that he had, the disarray that it caused, you could see Artsee's like, guys, are we going? What are we doing? And he's dashing in, the rest of the team, some of them still looking behind. They got so scrappy. This guy's race really is world class, and it's fun to see him on it again right now.
Demon 1 having to take a back seat here to his other duelist for this map. We're getting plenty of attention here over on this A extremity.
And it's Demon 1 who's really just been doing a lot of the lurking, to be honest, or rather containing on some of these extremities, not pushing up so much, but just holding down A, which is usually, you know, if you're running the Sentinel in his place, he'd be a Cypher doing the exact same thing, so.
Maybe that's an idea there. There might be something there, Wyatt.
With a Cypher on split, yeah, some may say it's a good pick on this map, some.
Demon 1, though, has seen enough. On the long walk back to rejoin the rest of NRG. We are south of a minute left of the round here. NRG now starting to scale into mid.
Well, still with that pit online, could be used for the post plant here if they can manage to get into the site, but they're going to have to deal with JCZ in main with the Judge, and he gets the spot at 1. Wow, good trade from Demon 1. So tough against that weapon.
Fuzzy with that off angle there. Victor at least able to find something, but it's him and Demon 1, and the ladder is low. In fact, gone now.
Left.
At least the spike to hand. MiBR quite distributed here across the map. Oh, Victor's made sounded ropes. This is dangerous. Matzine is going to eat him up.
Not that
And that'll be that. Quite a competitive half between these two here. MiBR holding their own.
That being said, though, they did win the pistol round in pretty obscene fashion. If we go all the way back, which was that 2v4, and past that, they get 3 rounds. NRG with 7, looking considerably better here on the attack side, winning the big majority of the gun rounds, and even a couple rounds where they were at that 4v5 deficit on account of Artazine.
That's all you need to know. Doesn't matter where they come from.
Yeah, hold on. I was checking the scoreboard. 21. That's a
Combined effort.
lot of kills. Victor has 19.
Well, yes.
Where are they?
Okay, proof in the pudding.
Can't do this man dirty like that. He was playing Cypher Jet Mitch. There wasn't a lot of opportunities.
Just without a cool hat.
He was unlucky. He was getting off. It's fine. Now MiBR on the attack side with this double duelist comp. Certainly the side of the game that favors this comp. Starting defense with it, going to be tough. Starting defense with no Sentinel against double duelist, that's going to be tough. So they have a real opportunity at getting back into this thing here. Not like they're too far off 7-5, but it feels that way because they only got 3 gun rounds compared to NRG's 7. So despite the close score, it does feel pretty one-sided so far.
It's a great call out. Those crucial rounds. Those big gun rounds, NRG all over them. I'd seen earlier probing up mid there, staved away by a poison orb, and now the group here for MiBR. Towards A main. Demon 1 has the tailwind! Well, no chance to use it, but it'll be happy enough with 2. That is all of the resistance of NRG at A, though. And they'll be in a retake.
Very deep position here from JZZ. Mazin bringing up the rear. Actually might engage with Crashies here. No, the timing is just going to be barely missed. I'm looking to see if JZZ is going to work himself into a position here, an aggressive one to take a fight. Just kind of holding deep. Disconnected from the rest of the team, so he's going to have to pop off here individually.
Crashies one in the group. That nade on the wrong side of the box from Azine. A bit of an off angle, you could say, but it's being checked by Victor, and he swings it. He's better in that engagement. JTZ wants to make his way in towards heaven, but Ethan also is ready for that fight. And it's just RGL Meister. We've seen him do some stuff before, but going to take a lot for him to silence NRG here. You only lose 1 player and take the pistol in a second.
And Demon 1 just, you know, Light little reminder
Doubling
to
his
not
kills?
talk trash during the halftime desk.
Any round I get to double my kills, I'm feeling fantastic.
Those MiBR players just forced the contact into him. It was Mazine on the lurk. They don't really have anything to clear there. Listen, at the end of the day, he is just so precise with those one bullet, those initial taps. That's what I see in my head when I think of Demon 1. That's the kind of aim that he has. But NRG now, they're actually going to bring an outlaw here into the mix in the hands of Victor. 2 sheriffs on MiBR. So if they carry it over, potentially a couple light armors that he could one-shot with it.
Victor wants to bully his way into B main, and who could blame him with his weaponry? Paint shells to threaten him, but he's able to satchel away, and Ethan gets RGL on the fadeaway.
Now just forced to back up our MiBR. At this point, momentum firmly in the favor of NRG, the heavily favored side in this matchup.
Marved under pressure, holds his own.
Remaining.
2 consecutive
down,
spike
mid.
carriers removed. Spectre singing in his hands, and it's a matter of course as Victor finds Martin trying to make his way into heaven.
Just a little bit of stat padding for him. Getting close to another Raze ultimate. Only 2 orbs away at this point.
Or headshots.
And actually, MiBR, they're actually going to be okay with the economy. I was worried there for a second with the sheriffs that they might have just been low enough to have a light armor there in the mix, but that is not going to be the case. But
Okay.
Bonus. Push.
that being said, look at JZZ's util. Look at what he has to forego utility for a heavy armor. That is tough. No boombot, no satchels, because you bought a sheriff last round. Unfortunate, man.
How the heck do you break the crosshair placement of that Aloe, for example, holding a long angle? Marved under a bit of pressure. Artisan probing here. All of them MiBR, many of them, in fact, 3 grouped up. Gonna eat the paint shells to start with. Victor fancies a bit of argy-bargy, double satchel into the side here. Stinger in hand. He's able to get himself in the back of B side here. Wait for his chance to swing. Crashes a little isolated there, dropping down from heaven, and the wall drops. JZZ moving up, and Artisan's already found Marved in that back corner. NRG feeling the pressure here now. Victor can't hold his own. Demon 1 at least been able to equalize, playing from heaven, and Ethan sees JZZ walk straight into him. NRG now, it's just RGL to deal with. And Demon 1's found 3. Spike is loose. And RGL has to stand up, but he's able to split up NRG. Demon 1 knows he's low. Ethan takes a chunk of damage off him.
Obscuring vision.
Here's the swing, and it's good, RGL. Always good for a bit of a clutch.
He's been stepping it up this map. Well done from him, and well done from MiBR. I like that in the middle of that execute, they did slow things down. They realized that NRG, they were trying to flood in there. You could see Ethan put down a smoke for Victor to play around when he satcheled in. And MiBR, very aware, if we take the fight to them right now, they have flooded into the site. We're going to get up. So they slow it down. They get a nice few kills. And then look at, I mean, Demon 1 almost bringing things back. He is coming alive a bit more on this defensive half. Well done from RGL to close things out, though.
Giving him an operator this round. Previous world champion with that weapon in hand. A scary prospect. Just wants to take contact here at this B extremity. Poison Orb still gives him a little gap to play through. MiBR want none of it.
I don't have a whole lot of utility to actually deal with someone posted up with the op, but you can see Mazine making his way over right now. Does have the dog, does have a flash. They're going to have to try and force him off this angle. Victor is ready to play off of him as well on site.
Well, they want this.
This duelist duo ready to stave off the hit.
Here comes the smoke. Inching closer, MiBR. At some point, you're going to see an elbow and swing. Demon 1's found one tailwind away, but here come the cavalry. MiBR trying to push aggressively, but that's a second. And here come the blades. Not enough. JZZ's able to find 2. Pushing up here on the site. Demon 1 buys a decent amount of time, and RGL Meister, who loves a bit of a late lurk, is about to run into 2 in mid, and Ethan is just too sharp. 3 players for the post plant to work with for NRG.
Great awareness there from Marved on that look. JZZ popping the showstopper, though. Blinded and not able to get any value. 2 versus 3 now.
Devastating. FRZ playing from hell. You think they check this. Here with the paranoia, but Marved doesn't check it.
No way.
FRZ emerges and finds 2. It's all up to Crashies now. Time is getting short, and JZZ has the line. MiBR starting to make this one a little uncomfortable.
You are joking. What an outplay from FRZ, getting the poison cloud up, shrouding himself within it. Oh my god, dropping it after hearing the second pair of feet drop from heaven. What a play. Demon 1 and Victor, they tried to anchor that site. They wanted to lock it down together, and JZZ, he is stepping up on the duelist role, his old role. Role where he made a name for himself, got himself into these tier 1 Brazilian teams here to compete in the partnership. NRG now relegated onto the eco. Bucky in the hands of Marved, and he might have a chance to get a kill with it. There is some pressure here towards A. JZZ with his fast take of ramp early on.
No commitment here from MiBR. Note the position of the spike.
There.
They'd love to pull some of these NRG players out of position. So far, though, they have been stalwart.
And Ardzine as well. He's actually picked up that op that Demon 1 dropped on the previous round. So they're going to be playing a little bit slowly around now. You could see him posted up in B main, just waiting to see if there was going to be some kind of contact push, perhaps from NRG, trying to take some space there, take a fight.
Poison's off.
One of those sheriffs. That's not going to be the case. They're going to go pick that spike up back and spawn. Go towards A, and
where's the info?
They're going to go for a bit of a split here as they dog up mid.
Well, question answered. Now they're starting to get some. JZZ on the heels of the dog, and Ethan got caught by the Trailblazer. Marv swings out into 3 here. NRG knew very little about MiBR set up. That dog provokes him to push out of A.
I mean, there's just no way you think that all those players are going to be at A.
30 seconds
when a
left.
dog comes into heaven and then it's followed up by your duelist, like what the hell is the rest of the team just sitting over at A?
Have they not watched the tape?
I know, you never expect
That's what MiBR do with the Sky.
I know, you're right. I mean, that is what they do. They lurk with this Sky constantly. They use the Sky as a fake over and over and over. I mean, that is just so true.
Oh,
Clean
buddy.
round from them. Economy gonna start to roll a little bit for them. The favored side with this comp. Is it upset day, Mitch? We got one already with EG over set. Listen, I'm not getting ahead of myself, but NRG are forced onto the timeout. Things have started to spiral.
Very early prognosis from Dr. Valorant there. I'm not gonna lie.
Get too excited, but I'm gonna get a little bit excited.
To be fair, MiBR are able to really vary the pace here. They can call cancels, they cut noise.
RGL with the Astro Wall. They could go for a big execute here off that if they so choose.
Didn't see it in the first half at all. Here they come. MiBR not opting for ramp right now. Might just be a straight push into A main, and here it comes. Ethan trying to respond with a paranoia with decent timing. Victor caught with the paranoia himself as he crossed. No connection on the showstopper and an elbow. MiBR breaking ankles here. It's only Marv to find anything. Crashies out there from Rafters is good for 1. The spike is dropped. Crashies has this line. RGL runs straight into it. It's a big opening here for NRG. And there, MiBR still waiting on FRZ to reinforce.
His timing is going to be everything. Demon 1 not expecting me going towards screen. 2 versus 1 now. He needs to step up. The player under scrutiny needs a big moment right now, or NRG's economy is going to be crushed. MiBR with an opportunity to take the lead, tie things up now.
He knows a sixth sense about FRZ challenging Ardzine. Has no choice. There it is! Demon 1 has come alive at just the right time.
Steps up when they needed him most, and despite that string of round losses, he has, on this defensive side, just stepped it up. I mean, you can see it just by the numbers, right? I mean, what is he? 9 and 4 on the half right now on defense. Was 2 for 10 on the attack. This man is turning things around. And it was a great hit from MiBR as well. Victor nullified while he had that ultimate out, the paranoia. He just didn't know what to do. JZZ down fast into elbow. And again, look at this. Gathered up for a fast play on A or MiBR.
Get out of my way.
Sting in a hand for Ardzine, but Bladestorm is available. Fast hit. NRG taking their time with this now, but assembling in heaven, and Crashies is just anchored there in elbow. Great connection. Ardzine has to navigate this low ground. Does have those knives available. Crashies is proactive. Moving around this B side is Victor. Mazine taken down. Victor drops it, but the blades just aren't there for Ardzine. And Crashies is able to spray him down. Just the 2 players in heaven now left for MiBR. And that spike is dropped in Narnia, virtually. Demon 1 there bites off more than he can chew, but it doesn't answer the question of MiBR getting that spike back to hand.
These two would have to go absolutely nuclear right now. If you check in on the state of the economy as well, MiBR's hangs in the balance on this round. If NRG convert here, go up against the bad boy in the next, they could be at 12.
RGL Meister, FRZ have got to put this together. But instead, I think they've decided, Wyatt, that discretion is the better part of valor. Would much rather hold these weapons into a later
30
round.
seconds left.
No interest in challenging as a fast A hit crumbles to dust.
Goes absolutely awry. Crashy's just so good, man. So consistent. It's not always the big number that he puts up on the board, but it's just the impact kills that you see him have throughout a
10
game.
seconds left.
Shutting down JZZ there, who's really been the one that's been cracking these sites open. That tip of the spear for the MiBR attack. Rifles have to be saved here. A wise decision from RGL and FRZ, frankly. Now they will have something of a real opportunity here in round 20. A reasonable buy that they can cobble together. And a lot of ultimates playoff around. I mean, RGL, he's been sitting on this Astra ult for 20 rounds, Mitch. He's had it since the first half.
Now, we have not seen much of that at all. Maybe MiBR not feeling they've been in a antiquated composition against them.
And
4
listen,
and 13, Victor.
wouldn't be surprised to see a B hit with the Astra wall and then the Viper's pit for the post plant with the spike planted for B main. All reliable when you have those two ultimates online.
Victor reluctant to give up this B main for free, but doesn't seem a whole lot to keep him interested. Demon 1, he saw that swing though. He's gonna force them out. Azine unaffected though right now by the snake bite. It's not an opportunity though because Demon 1 knows better. A couple freebies straight down mid for NRG puts them in commanding position.
They just make that look too easy. They really do. And all of a sudden, when you're MiBR, when you're 20 seconds in the round, you're like, oh damn, we have to save again.
So everything we talked about that timeout, no longer relevant.
Save it for next round, and let's just hope that maybe we can save some of these guns. Of course, they are gonna contact here on mid. They're gonna try to see if they can even things out, try and get a couple kills here. But if not, if time dwindles too low, they might just be tucking tail back to spawn yet again.
They still got RGL Meister embedded here towards B main, but the opportunity to activate him, pretty limited. Demon 1 gives a bit of ground. Artisan's able to take him here. Victor and Ethan now start to feel the tension.
30 seconds
Artisan's
left.
dropped and RGL Meister's made his way out of main. Victor hears all of this though, and FRZ no good. He was trying to go for a Viper's pit. Just Artisan left now. And he is going to be encircled. Ethan. Now Artisan knows the Omen is TP'd into B main. He's got no choice but to try and fight his way out of this. He will not be allowed to leave the arena with a gun.
And there's just no hope. And NRG, they are now in perfect position to close out this map one.
Match point.
Of course, this was MiBR's pick, but something of a home map to NRG too. It always has been. This was their go-to last year. And when things weren't working for them on it this year, you remember at kickoff, they had that tough loss to Sentinels. They just went right back to the comp that they were dominating with in 2023. And they're about to be 2-0 on it if they can convert right here. But still, MiBR, they have an all right buy. They've been able to get together, you know, couple rifles, couple SMGs, but of course, you're just looking at that wall of red that is the ultimates they have in play.
Confirmation there for NRG. That was some action over at A main. The defensive Trailblazer also being thrown down ramp here. There's a gap, it's small. Oh, it's big enough, really.
You are divided.
He knows that cross hit the Cosmic Divide. Ethan trying to beat a quick retreat. JCC's gonna have to swing the Cosmic Divide here, but there's not much to be looking at. He's going deep. He's getting into the cookie jar. But all of NRG, they respect it. They back away. Paint shells to buy a bit more spacing now as MiBR go for the plant.
Spike planted.
Mazine as well still has those Seekers online, can choose to pop them late into the round if necessary. Gonna go through that pit, find the NRG players trying to retake through it. Crashy's no dog, no Seekers.
Unreal! Artisan challenges the rope and is found two. There's gonna be more pressure now, but he'll have a three-piece. More work to be done here as Marved drops from heaven as well. Mazine swings new box and it's good. It's all down to Ethan. And he has long since left the building.
And all it took was a few ultimates, Mitch. Just, again, it is just the old reliable B hit.
What do you want?
When
Them to
you've
save it
got
from
the
that too,
Astro,
or?
when you've got the Viper, they redeemed their free Valorant win card when you have those two ultimates on split. And how about it? They won. And it was well played from Martin, obviously, as well. That 3K from hell. So clean. He's had his moments this map for sure. Main with the operator. Seems to be the play.
Here.
But MiBR's focus is going to be on A. Demon 1, not a lot to do with that op, at least in the early round here.
No, he'll be twiddling his thumbs for now. I think he realizes, hang on. The action might be elsewhere here. Now, MiBR in absolutely no hurry at the moment. They might have heard that the Trailblazer come out here, so some information. They might want to move back into ramps after it's been recleared.
Good negative info. Absolutely. Realizing that because the dog saw no one, that the NRG players might be opting to fall off a bit. And now the dog reclear from Mazine in mid. Classic MiBR gameplay with the Sky, using it on a different part of the map while they execute elsewhere. And it's
They're
going to be
wise
the
to
A
it.
site.
They know it's coming. Crashies is going to be here though. Artisine, lovely little two-piece there as
Spike
RGL
down
falls to the
A.
paint shells. The spike is in A main. Artisine needs to find his way back there. Somehow able to whip one down on Victor. And even the score. The spike has made its way over now. And MiBR get to play the post party with knives ready. And Artisine firing on all cylinders.
Am I missing something? When the hell did Victor get there? And how are he and Artisine not acknowledging each other's existence? Demon 1 with the operator, but can't pop the knives. Little jet duel possibly to close things out here, 2-on-2.
Oof, into elbow, uncomfortable. Flash will be trended away from.
One enemy
Snake bite
remaining.
thrown there. Marv able to capitalize. Now it's down to Artisine, who's got to fight his way out of this corner. It's a tap from Demon 1. The blades are there as Demon earned them. And he will use it to end the map.
Well recovered from Demon 1 on that second half. Pressure being put on him
Defenders
from
win.
the fans, from the NRG. Given they do win, that'll actually begin to satiate their fans after the hunger that they felt from the trouncing that Lev delivered to them.
A win here essentially locks them for playoffs, right? For now, that's got to be something they're happy with. Demon 1 wastes no time in heading down halls. Lit by the cam instantly.
A little bit of pressure towards A there was Ethan sending in the cologne. Marv, the one under real pressure though in the mid doors.
Time to get busy. Oh, he sees the gun peeking. Martin doesn't check. Now Marv though thought he was in the clear to go for it. But gets punished. Now we trend back towards mid here, but Victor's a little better with the ghost. He'll retreat back inside the B side. And leave MiBR in an awkward position.
MiBR burning the toast on that one. A little bit overcooked, Mitch. They get 2 kills on A and they tried to re-wrap through mid into B. They're in a tough situation now. They have to get in. Luckily, that wall is up. Crossfire is being set up. They have to deal with Victor wrapping around main. 2 players in tunnel. This is so tough. And now it's into the 3-on-2. Both players backside. 1 cage for FRZ to play with. Luckily, that recon just cycled for JZZ. But even still, how much is this really? So tough for these MiBR players.
FRZ gets himself up on the boxes. You can hear a cacophony of footsteps around him, and JZZ's trying to find an outside timing. Victor just a little better. And then NRG snap up another pistol.
I mean, a flattening for MiBR, Mitch. They get 2 kills on A. They really overthink the situation by trying to
Across
wrap
the map for that,
back up mid, where, I mean, yeah, they're expecting a rotate to be coming through tunnels, and it does in Victor, but tough from them. I just can't agree with that mid-round decision.
I mean, the fact that they
They
see
had a free
Victor
side.
across the map, right? He's in tunnel. So able to find a kill, and then he backs up onto the site, which MiBR choose to hit.
Not going to make a mistake that they did on the last map, though, where they bought up a couple sheriffs on the second round, because NRG, they're showing they are partial to the Outlaw, especially on a map like Breeze. It's so open. The entire map is a sight line. And Demon 1, of course, one of the most prolific operator players in the game, scoped weapon players, is going to have that Outlaw on hand. It's Crashies who gets the first, though, down halls, but regardless, MiBR playing it safe, and safe is the way they needed to play it.
Whole lane of the map being denied from MiBR with Crashy's positioning there. Gate crash expired there for Ethan. Doesn't need it in that moment, though, able to win it out. against RGL. And JZZ, for taking his sweet time here, is slowly across the map. The Reaper comes for every member of MiBR. Ethan is steady. And he'll get the job done.
Not a single gun lost for NRG, an opportunity. Now with, frankly, a pretty decent buy, to potentially win this bonus round, get out to a strong lead. Already, it feels like they're playing with a little bit of gusto on this map, a little bit of confidence on this defensive side, and I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah, staunch Hall's presence pushing up in A main. Obviously, that's the kind of round you know you have an economic advantage. Here's the bonus for NRG.
And how are they going to play this? So they're going to have Demon 1 with that Outlaw locking down the A side of the map. 2 players towards Halls, one of which is Ethan, the other Crashies. And in the meantime, they're going to be content just anchoring that Cypher setup on the B side. Stacking more towards A. Crashies pushing down Halls again with that Guardian. Last round was able to make that first bullet connect, not this one.
Ethan ready to reinforce with gate crash at B, should it be required. But MiBR have taken up residence in mid, and Artazine refusing to give up this position here towards Halls. And it gets smoked halfway down, and FRZ is starting now to probe deeper in mid.
The cam is going to be broken. Ethan doesn't have that gate crash over towards B. It is just going to be on the A side.
He had to throw up another one.
That initial one expiring, and MiBR now gathering up for this A split. It's going to be FRZ coming late through the mid doors. Getting that Viper wall up, and now big pressure on Demon 1 backside. He's going to have to back up with that Outlaw. He can't fight close.
Give up the space he does, but FRZ chomping at the bit to move up. Artazine as well.
30 seconds.
Wants to pressure Yellow. Door going to come open here, but the flash timing is good. Ethan is able to remove the jet. Demon 1, a little low here. Still with the Outlaw to hand, has to find a way to employ it. Instead shows himself above Yellow, and it's an easy pick for JZZ. Here's the plant behind the Viper wall.
Yeah, just waiting for that wall to come up to get the safe plant. As you said, FRZ still has not revealed himself at all in the mid doors. And that backstab could be more than enough to lock this thing up for MiBR.
Uncomfortable. Victor had to swing the angle, sees Ethan, though it ends up being a trade. The Bulldog bites hard. Close there, checked by the knife, and nothing seen off that for MiBR. Much of the scouting, Util is going for nothing here as Ethan gives it a tickle. JZZ holds his ground, and there it is. FRZ finally emerges from double door.
My man was taking his sweet time, but it was fine. They had more than enough delay with the utility. That Molly coming in late. MiBR do not get bonus. Looking now, though, Ethan, he is going to have that Yoru ult online. You know, typically it's not actually used to get any kills anymore. I yearn for the days of Tens jumping out of a Yoru ult with a shorty and vanishing.
I remember that.
As silly as it was.
On bind.
Those days are behind us. We now live in a world where the Yoru just runs around and pings people on the ground. And lo and behold, here he goes.
Well, we found MiBR, folks. Ethan spots much of this out now, trying to get back to a safe spot. It's going to be Artazine dashing onto the side, but he lands maladroitly, and it's an easy pickup for Demon 1. Back across the way here as the clone trundles in towards spawn. It's Mardine to find Marv. Spike picked up by JZZ on the other side of that cyber cage, and MiBR now beat a quick retreat to the middle of the map.
The entirety of NRG have rotated over. You can see Vic is in the spawn, just watching in case they push up into Nest. Push any deeper than that.
Here.
Ethan has done a gate crash back towards spawn as well. And of course, they're content just remaining with a stack on B right. They can just go for this 4-on-3 retake. Crashies has the recon available.
They're on the move. Victor's going to get to Halls pretty quickly. And the gate crash will allow Ethan to get a jump on the rotate, but Crashies goes to clear mid. FRZ waiting once more in that position. 2 players for MiBR set up, and FRZ is still in the weirdest of off angles now. Potentially dangerous for Demon 1 should they come clashing in the middle part of the map, and Demon 1 seems to be aware. Whether or not that'll help in the remains, to be seen.
He knows this flank could be coming, and even just without a kill, FRZ's delay right now is so obnoxious for NRG.
Nicely done by Victor, though. That is a clean finish on JZZ. Demon 1 not able to hold the line. Mazin on site. It's just FRZ who's a long way from the action now. Can he emerge from mid doors and find something big? Bit of damage on Victor. But Ethan shuts it down. And NRG back on the road after dropping the bonus.
Victor nicely done with that rewrap into main. Clearly has been the most reliable player for NRG in this series. I mean,
Absolutely.
he is going off, of course. Map 1 dropped, was 26 on the raise, just single-handedly obliterating MiBR in so many rounds. Crucial kill at the end, but yeah, early on it was Demon 1 and that Yoru play. I mean, the state of Yoru. Just running around. Little reconnaissance mission. Worked out perfectly for them. Economy. With an opportunity to get rolling here for NRG if they can make it clean. MiBR, they brought the Hero Vandal into this in the hands of Mazine. Martson with a Marshal here as well.
Once again, FRZ is on the lurk, already up 3 elbow here. Spike also headed in the B direction now, though MiBR have shown no signs of commitment. There'll be a little ship in the night spotting out here for 2 players through halls.
Ethan there had his gate crash about to expire, so he figures, why the hell not? I'm gonna jump peek, see if someone shoots at me, see if I spot anyone, and just get on out of there, put a new one down, and you can see it's going into the spawn right now. Just playing nicely around his utility, and that's really what's been impressive about this comp with NRG. It's not that every time he's playing it on this map, he's dropping a million kills, but he's actually setting up his teammates incredibly well. He's got a supportive Yoru plan.
Trip's getting cleared now, Poison Orb thrown up to buy a bit of time, and you better believe Ethan's taking that gate crash to assist at B. FRZ slowly through tunnel. Over towards Archers here, but Crashies is going to spot him briefly. He's going to have to back up on this now. Victor deals with him. JZZ rather going down there. FRZ wants to try and keep the Archers player quiet, but Artazine has no choice but to channel. Challenge here up on the site. Neural theft there for Victor, gives him all the info that he needs. MiBR lit up like a Christmas tree. And Demon 1 comes in with a tinsel.
I mean, what can you do in a situation like that when you're hitting into the Cypher, you're hitting into the Yoru's gate crash backside, so Ethan can just snap TP right over. That is just the benefit of the agent on this map. And of course, more so on this map than others because this map is so damn big. So just being able to TP around is incredibly useful. The information that he got at the very beginning, which gives him the heads up to actually put his gate crash on the other side as well. They really are maxing out the value with this Yoru. They know, he knows how to max out the value. Playing with a man down.
All right. Here's the group here from MiBR. This time along with their Cypher player. And maybe because they have a neural theft up and FRZ would love to make use of it here. As a part of a greater whole, the rest of his team. Here comes Artazine, straight up towards the elbow, but Victor's a little bit better. The kill trip pays off. Cyber Cage throwing up another trip, reveals another free kill for Victor. And it's all too easy for this man. Marv chimes in, but Victor, he's the conductor.
The setup is just switched up a little bit. The Cypher is just so strong, so difficult to deal with. And you just have to be, I mean, you're looking at Victor. This guy has been competing at the top level now for essentially 4 years. Played all types of different roles, has found success on all of them.
Enemy remaining.
At times I feel one of the underrated real top echelon players of the game. I think in a lot of those conversations he falls by the wayside. But really for NRG, even as much as late last year, he's been the standout for most of the time.
I may not call him food anymore, but he'd still be feasting, Wyatt. Oh, he's staying. Blood be staying. Definitely an awareness that Artazine may try and challenge this. Ooh, okay, uncharacteristic. Moment there from Demon 1, a little sloppy. Artazine getting away with 5 HP.
Hopefully can rally with a teammate to go ahead and throw that Vandal over to them. 5 HP. Not what he wants to be working with the hero rifle. I mean, how has FRZ done this? Just walked all the way down halls.
Oh my goodness.
Flanking Yellow, gets the freest kill on Marv and is able to pop the ultimate as well. Ethan's gonna have to go absolutely crazy here.
He's thinking about it. Here's the clone. Popped almost instantly. Swinging off that contact, a flash from Artazine, though, turning Ethan's attention elsewhere. His teammates are on the way, but they're going to be here quick enough. Ethan's good for one.
Spike down.
Spike drop briefly, that's going to delay any plant. And from the extremities, here comes Crashy's operator in hand. Recon to light this one up, and Victor will be there in double doors. They're going fast. They're not going to waste any time. Some spray. The spike does go down, and MiBR can retreat to these A main post-plant positions. They've left Mazin low on the sights. And yeah, he was never going to get away from that one. A shocking reception for Mazin as NRG start to encroach. Victor wants to move up. Cyber Cage is beautiful to break that angle up, but there's a slight gap. That could be his undoing. Second cage. Tickle of the spike. And from behind is JZZ. Crashes now with an operator. It's a compromising spot to be in, but he's good for one. Knows there's a second inside A main. Waiting to challenge, but FRZ, indomitable.
Stepping up massively. FRZ, again, another alert. But look at how that one pays off all the way down, back behind yellow. Not only does he get the kill,
he's like Paper Mario. He's in the walls. He's just popping out of the back of sight. It's ridiculous.
The ultimate getting popped here. And Frank, I love how they dealt with Ethan there. I mean, they threw the kitchen sink at him. They were cycling recons at him. I mean, just every piece of utility they had, they tossed his way to ensure he couldn't get more than one.
I'd be flattered.
It was nicely handled. Yeah, absolutely. You guys needed 9 pieces of utilities just to go 1 for 1 on me?
The 12-piece chicken dinner. Straight down the guslet. Nicely done by Demon One. Artazine wastes no time in getting into the site, but he is stopped in his tracks. Suppression here, though, means Demon One needs to back away. At null command. Makes it hard to have that mobility. Okay, Hunter's Fury coming through from the attackers now. JZZ looking for a light up. He's going to come away with absolutely nada. No plant.
Things have to slow down right now while the Viper fuel recharges. Just forced to play behind the pyramids quite passively. Can't peek into that op from Demon One.
Ooh, dangerous. Oh, Crushies. He's always good for one at least off that Hunter's Fury. Ethan finds the swing and the kill. It's just FRZ once more. He could be in bloody Timbuktu for all NRG know. But eventually, it doesn't matter what postcode he starts in, he's got to end up here.
I must wait a moment.
Must you? There you go, Marv spots him out from tunnel. And know exactly where this slippery sucker is.
And he's been good, but
Oh,
come on.
30 seconds
I love how
left.
NRG played this round. After that wall is dropped from MiBR, they are just so aware of all the positioning. They don't want to wait things out. They just took the fight to them. Marv ends things there. Shot in the back of the head of FRZ, but I love the proactive Hunter's Fury from Crashies. The positions there, you know where they're going to be. You know they're going to be, you know, at Bricks, back pyramid, because where the hell else could they be? The Viper wall is down. They've got to hide. So we're sending that in. We're pressing forward. We're flashing into them. Ethan's going into them. I love this aggression.
whereas
Great decision.
JZZ couldn't find anyone with his.
Absolutely not. Tried his best. Knew they were back yellow, but couldn't make a connection. And Demon One, he has the operator online and on Breeze of all maps. You know he can take this thing over and run away with it.
MiBR tried to pressure him up close and personal on A. That didn't work. All right, little knifey spoony. Won't reveal anything though.
There was but a second on the last map, Mitch, towards the end, where I started to believe just a little bit that it was going to be upset day. But my hopes are dwindling right now on Breeze. NRG's map pick. They are just looking elite right here. Electric on this map.
And on this half by FRZ with a Hero Vandal.
And the consequences for an MiBR loss here, excuse me, they're dire. Right now, 0-2. If they go to 0-3, chances of qualifying through nigh impossible. They'd have to win the next 2 games. There'd have to be some screwy stuff going on with the rest of the standings. This is essentially a must-win for them. A crucial win for NRG, but a must-win for MiBR.
Bit of pressure here. Look how deep Artazine's gotten. NRG have been able to stave him off and get a freebie. JZZ can't get away from B main. Ethan sees all of this. He's peered into all 9 billion realities. And apparently all of them, NRG, are winning this round. Great flash, little bouncy bounce. Yeah, and this half by has been stuffed entirely.
Just styling on them because he can. Just because he can. I mean, I mentioned before.
You need a bit of a pick-me-up at the moment, I think.
For sure. When I'd seen this comp before, he was playing so supportively. He was nice. He was setting up other people. He had his moments, but right now, 12-3.
So guys, remember, I am playing a duelist after all.
Yeah, going for a couple clicks for the montage there at the end. The confidence eco kills. You gotta get those as a duelist. And honestly, after what happened to them last week against Lev, they need every little bit of confidence, bit of joy that they can find in this game, because the rest of their season, it doesn't get easier right now. RGL at least though does have the Viper's pit, so if they can at least get into the site, maybe
That's been the
can
problem.
be a way to close out a round, get a third on the board.
Your tone seems awful non-committal, Doctor. Let's see what MiBR can do here. They've got themselves in elbow early. More of a passive hold towards the A side of the map. It's just this jump spot of halls that Demon One is frothing to take advantage of.
Again, changing up the Cypher setup is Victor. Different trips every time, something different to deal with. And you have to against the Sova too, because the predictable spots are often just going to get broken by a shock dart. And so mixing it up is crucial. If they do go for the shock darts, you want to, have them waste them. Not hit your trips, not hit that setup. Droning on mid now. MiBR trying to gain the space here, leave their options open as they are in this 1-3-1. Split into A, split into B. And they're actually going to leave Arts in over in the elbow as they regroup towards spawn. FRZ said, I'll be the jet this round. I will entry into A. You go for the late lurk, my brother.
All right. Gonna see a lot of players lit up here. Ethan a little bit stuck here. No gate crash. He is stranded.
30 seconds left.
It's up to Marv here. He's hoping someone would swing this wall, but he might have a chance to back away. That's going to come down. He'll be revealed briefly, but no one on MiBR able to capitalize. He'll hide behind yellow for now.
A little bit dangerous with the wall right now. And that retake wall is going to come up from the defensive side. And now with the fuel recharged, they feel more safe to go in. Get the plant down, pop that Viper's pit. Arv trying to gain some space, but walks into a crossfire. This one's all but sealed for MiBR.
Artisan made his way over from elbow. Able to find that reflank through mid. That was something that Marv was not accounting for. Great round, very pivotal round here for MiBR
Taken out.
to fight back. With two more following this left in the half as a chance to mount that recovery. Demon One would very much like to maintain access to this operator.
I mean, maybe FRZ and Artenu, they should swap around more often. Artenu is a little faster on that flank, got the right timing. FRZ got the entry.
Not too shabby for a Cypher. Again, they dumped everything on top of Ethan.
What can't that man do? What can he do, Mitch? A third on the board for MiBR off the timeout. Called from Bazooka. Well done so far.
And that didn't feel overly elaborate, really.
No, not at all. I mean,
Cypher entry?
they played in, I mean, they went for the 1-3-1, left their options open in the mid-round, knew that they had the pit to close things out late. Textbook stuff, and it works out. I mean, they played it as they needed to. Crossed the T's, dotted the I's, all that.
It's one of the weaker points there for the Yoru when you wait the round out, right? None of those gate crashes available to reposition away from those more forward postings.
Stuck in a one and done. Can't do anything about it.
You need more than just your one. Ethan's been getting for much of this game so far.
Here.
Cone of Silence thrown up there, Demon One. Nothing to see at elbow.
And with that cage down, FRZ is threatening that he could be pushed up elbow right now. So you see Demon One, he has to reposition into tunnel. Keep his eyes on that area of the map. Just drawing a little bit of attention away, excuse me. And off that NRG, they want to get some more information elsewhere on the map. Drone to re-clear in halls.
Slow and steady again. Probably a little frustrating for Ethan. Oh, love that! That's the cam cleared. Poison Orb thrown up to respond here. 54 in the round.
And that cam being broken is quite pivotal too, because Victor's trips there, they don't actually negate someone from just walking in through the orb. So they have to keep their eyes on it now actively with the cam down. And off of all this chaos, MiBR, they have just worked up all the way through halls and are prepping for an A split.
And Crash is so passive holding that horse. Artisan on top of yellow here, Snakebite, that's uncomfortable. Some singed toes, but nothing to write home about yet. He can still be a factor. But here comes Demon One.
Spike down.
He's got the knives out, the murderous intent emanating from him. It'll be instead Crashies to find two, and JZZ about to punch out Z's. 10 seconds left in the round.
10 seconds left.
MiBR acceptable economy to go on with here. JCC gets his and then heads on out.
At the end of the day, sometimes you just don't win the duels. I think we'll hopefully see it on the replay, but
You lose every duel, you don't win.
he did something to the effect of took 2 fights on the players swinging in main and killed them both. And it's tough to get an A split off when half of the split died to one guy holding the angle. Yeah, and there it is. So that's tough. Marv stepping up in that round. In a round that MiBR, up until that point, honestly, they were playing it well. I liked how they were
got all the
working
way
the
up
B
halls.
site. Yeah, they got all the way up halls. They were breaking all the util on B.
Oh,
my God.
goodness.
Styled on. Has the rifle on the ground, too. Why not? Why not when you're rich?
Must be nice. Crashy's here, able to bounce over towards Crow's Nest. Here's the drone in mid as well.
And how do MiBR respond to this now? They have Mazine pushed up in A main. He's gotten that space at least. Ethan doing that same thing he's done previously in the game where he's pushed up close when his gate crash is about to expire, jump peek for info, sends it over towards B. I mean, look at the distance that gate crash gets. Running a, you know,
Coast to coast, baby.
quite a marathon over there. But it might have been a little bit of false info because Mazine was tucked in the corner and Ethan didn't actually spot out anyone. Demon 1 as well, just the wealth on these guys.
Okay, he did get pinged there. The cloudburst wasn't quite fast enough. Also suppressed now, so stuck in this position for the time being. Very cognizant of the potential of FRZ to probe up through double door. As JCC wins the challenge, snake bite at the feet of the fallen demon. But Ethan will stand tall and instead. FRZ though getting to a dangerous spot here. Marft has to be aware of that off angle. Here's the flash. And FRZ down, he shows himself over towards stairs here. RGL tries to take the challenge, and he comes up second best. JCZ, it'll be an ignoble end to the half for MiBR. A paltry 3 attacking rounds.
The fundamentals on that round from
Switching
NRG are
sides.
just so drilled. I mean, what can you say? Just everything they need to be watched at the end being covered. I mean, that is filthy.
Dang, indeed.
That is absolutely nasty from Crash. He is, oh my God.
Well,
Tough goings for MiBR so far.
That's characteristically potent defense side there from NRG. Demon 1 not even having to do too much. And here comes MiBR now getting to settle in. NRG looking to close this one out.
I'm excited to see how they're going to use this Yoru here again on the attack side. You can be so proactive with it, flashing past your Viper wall when you've gotten into the site. I'm expecting to see him in situations like that, swinging through with Demon 1 in tandem. And there is that Viper wall on A. The gate crash is going to come through, possibly just drop the fake TP. Just cause a little bit of disarray in the defensive line here from MiBR.
Ethan here. Probing and waiting. Demon 1 much the same. Only trying to punish an overextension in halls for the time being. And they do have Victor embedded in mid. Now down to 50 seconds. This is about the timing where it's go. We're seeing that now. Poison off for the defenders, but Recon thrown out. Actually lights Artisan. Oh, he just gets away, but barely. He's low though. JZZ. Always good for one. The big iron rings out across the A site. Demon 1 now has to get more aggressive. Has to try and take some space. He'll be stayed back, but the door is
30
open.
seconds left.
And NRG opt to pull out.
Wow, they're trying to peel off with 25 seconds left. They just felt like the site was ironclad. The molly's coming in from RGL, shutting them down.
There's nowhere to be.
Down. Yeah, not a soul in B, but they might get caught. The players are coming to arches pretty quick. Mazine and FRZ, they're gonna be there. They might catch them at the
10
cross, or
seconds
at
left.
least be able to fight while the spike is going down. Going for a pre-take, getting fast. The Demon 1, what a shot.
Yep, the retake wall for the defenders actually allowing NRG to cross. RTL's got nothing to see. And NRG have no reason to give them freebies here. Recon out with no pings. Demon 1 likely looking to either be the bait or swing off contact here.
One
Another
enemy
Recon taken
remaining.
down instantly. Crashy strikes. It's just RGL versus 3. That's a good opener. But with 9 HP, it's a big ask. And the answer is no.
And bizarre, I mean, you're never winning a 1v2 with 2 guys standing on the little half wall. I mean, that's just so silly. I mean, it's good from them. I mean, you're just never expecting that peek around the corner. I mean, you can see his crosshair. Obviously not ready for that one.
No.
Oh, I mean, oh my God, what a shot. That was a great call from NRG, though, over here on the A site.
They're standing.
Their hit got so disconnected despite, you know, oftentimes that recon goes in to like someplace backside over to the right, but it went close, catches Artzine. But despite all of that, recognizing it would have been a failed effort to try and brute force into that site, they make that pivot. A really heads-up call from Ethan, presumably the IGL for NRG this year, or you know, whomever just had spotted that out, made that realization. It was a great little mid-round call. Nets them the pistol round win. And MiBR, they are in dire straits, on the verge of potentially their stage one just going up in smoke.
Hang on. Oh, Ethan sniffs it out, or rather he hears it, but they're gonna have to make the push anyway. Okay, that's two. Victor chiming in, and Arzine sheepishly, with a third of their HP left, has nothing to do except emerge now into the crosshairs of your boy Crashies, who will deliver.
Those two not gonna overface. They don't want to make Chet mad. They're doing so well so far.
No gruel tonight.
We don't want to throw away any needless lives. Let's just clean this one up. Keep him happy.
Last player standing.
RGL shut down.
MiBR, man.
A formality.
It's been lackluster. I gotta be honest with you, Wyatt. MiBR have not learned from their last couple of losses, it feels.
Down 11-3. This is, of course, NRG's map pick, but I think there's a lot to comment on in this series as far as MiBR. Some hopes going into it. I hope that if we go back to split even, you know, they're starting on the defensive side of their map pick against a double duelist. They don't try to play into that. They don't run a Cypher or a Sentinel here on Breeze. You know, they're playing a comp that, look, it's fine, but they're not, this team, they're not playing to the meta. They're not pushing the meta forward, and that's what I want to see from these guys going forward. Because they have a good unit here, but I think that the game plan has been misguided for them in stage one, and they're suffering the consequences of it. It's not over yet, but it's not looking good.
I like this play, by the way. Ethan can gate crash out, and alongside with the clone, it makes it sound like three people have tried to take position here in halls.
Just trying to seem big on that area of the map, but in reality, they are working towards the B side. Crashes with that drone active. Gonna begin to make some noise here, spot things out. The Viper wall is gonna come in as well. Gate crash now from Ethan.
Just flashing.
They're just trying to draw some noise, give Demon 1 and Victor an opportunity here to work up, get some space, find a pick. Not all that. 40 seconds left. You can see the spike now is actually going to begin rotating over. That's Crash. He's going back towards spawn. I mean, look at this pressure. They are just trying to get MiBR to vacate the A site, but they haven't bid on it.
30 seconds left.
Not particularly, right? In fact, we were starting to see Martin trend over towards B, but he's back. And Victor would get pinched either way. Demon 1, though, okay, gives us something to look at. Now NRG with 3 players over on A can get themselves a post plant. The setup's okay. Crashies has just cycled back into his recon now.
Here.
Mive has the 1 molly. The Demon Run is ready to roll. Getting that Vandal for his trouble.
Crashies now finds the perfect timing. Another duel, another win. What can MiBR do? They are on fire right now, Mitch.
What a bonus. What a bonus from NRG. Arzine shuts Crashies down, but there is not realistically enough time to clear this adequately and have a defuse. But Arzine has no choice. He has to go. Crosses the site, checks that back corner, gives it a tickle. Here's that first molly. Demon 1's down, but marked. He don't miss.
These attack rounds from NRG right now, they're looking, just the past couple have looked better than genuinely any rounds we saw last week against Lev. How they're working
Not a high bar
right now. Trying to give him some credit here, Mitch. What a hater. This guy's in his hater arc. But the way they were working the map there, over towards B, all that pressure they were applying, creating space for Demon 1 and Victor was really nice. Working back. Even Chet's clapping.
He looks ecstatic.
That's the happiest
I've never seen him happy in that. This is what NRG need to be doing. Remember, a win here puts him in position for playoffs. Despite the rough result against Leviathan, they've still had 2 big wins to start off this stage. And they'll have time to build in to a new level of form come playoffs, when the stakes really get ratcheted up. Okay, here's the TP. Okay, Ethan actually took that one in. Big pressure on this site now. Hunter's Fury going to start ringing out. But Ethan's there, right at the backside for 3. And MiBR are circling the drain here, folks.
Time to jump.
They're a long way from the action. You've got RG on Meister trying to come through from mid and a long rotate from Artazine. This is all NRG swarming over the site.
At least he was able to evade that tripwire, though, regardless. Ooh, Marv was looking for a second opportunity
timing.
for a free kill. Oh, pulls the trigger. 2 versus 3.
Clever.
A lot more doable.
Clears the gate, crashes while it crashes. We'll be waiting. And RGL Meister falls. It's a clean 13-3 for NRG. It's back to business. And business is good.
Listen, when you have